What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Bob playing another Metroid game, I suppose. Alright, so this is Metroid Fusion, aka Metroid Prime, or Metroid Prime 4, no. Metroid 4, I suppose. So, yeah, we got a little bit of story to cover with this one. So first of all, Metroid Fusion. I think I mentioned this alongside Prime as one of my first two Metroid games. I don't remember if I got Fusion first or Prime first. I might assume Fusion first because that was a Prime was kind of hard to find for the GameCube at the time, so as a result, this was probably more readily available. So Fusion is an interesting game. First of all, this is gonna be the first Let's Play I actually do of a full 2D Metroid game for my channel. So yeah. Also, happy 1 year anniversary of me doing a full Let's Play of Metroid Prime. That little shit show that was my computer being sent off to Texas or California, I don't remember which. But yeah, so welcome to what is probably one of the best Metroid games out there. I mean, that's not saying a lot. There's many Metroid games, but I feel like this is probably the black sheep. No, actually no, Otherem's the fucking black sheep. This is probably one of the most underappreciated Metroid games in existence, I feel. This is actually a really fucking good game. So as a result, we're just gonna go ahead and jump in. Ooh, that looks a little bit weird. Okay, so first of all, I want to point this out. I'm actually experimenting with like, some setups for Visual Boy Advance because it gives you some cool stuff. Like I can, I didn't know this before, but actually, this game allows you to use different filters, and trying to get the right one for this has been difficult, I would say. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect. It's Game Boy Advance game and everything, but let's go fucking scan lines. Why not? No, okay, enough screwing around. 2x solid's pretty good. I'll keep that. It's fuzzy. It blurs the edges because if I don't have it, the jaggies are kind of nuts. Just a little bit. It's like I'm playing Doom. Should play Doom again. Anyway, so just 2x sol. So, I think there's a way to delete this, right? Yes. Don't worry, there's not much to be had by that. So, yeah, the story of Metroid Fusion and me. So Metroid Fusion is chronologically actually the last game to occur in the Metroid timeline. Generally speaking, if you're not familiar with Metroid, this series has a pretty disjointed story. It's kind of like Zelda, where when it first started coming out, there wasn't like a planned story or like a planned chronological storyline going into it. It was just kind of things sort of happened. It started going linear pathway, then it went back, and then it kind of went forward, and it kind of just went all over the place. So as a result, to date, this is the final Metroid game to actually be in the chronological timeline. There's never been a follow-up since. I know, it's weird. 2002, and there's never been a sequel. It's odd. So yeah, I guess just to cover on bases. This is... So, the general chronology for this series is original Metroid, then Prime series, then Super Metroid... No, fuck. Metroid 2 Return of Samus, Super Metroid, and then Metroid Fusion. So, I don't know where Otherem falls in that timeline. Honestly, it's kind of, yeah. Alright, so, let's see. The major events are, Space Pirates want to take over the galaxy using weaponized Metroids. Galactic Confederation commits the genocide of Metroids by Samus. Then Super Metroid happens with one final Metroid being abducted and Mother Brain having a body. Now it's crazy. And then this game is after the events of Super Metroid, where all the Metroids right now are dead, even the fucking baby Metroid from the end of Super Metroid. What this means is that there's actually this so Samus went back to what the hell was it called, SR388 at some point and investigated, and apparently there was a virus organism that was on the planet, and it infected her. So yeah, but I just want to point out for the fact that every time you start a new game for this, you always have to sit through this fucking cutscene. I'm not even kidding about that. It's a little on the excessive side. It's a very good cutscene. It's really damn good for conveying the story because Metroid games seldom actually give you like a full-on narrative like this, except Prime gives you like scan logs, and there was a cutscene in Super Metroid, but this is like the first time full-on narrative is like readily given before Otherem drives into the fucking ground. But yeah, that's the point. So Samus here is infected with the fucking virus and it's gonna kill her, so naturally, someone has the brilliant idea. I don't know who pitched this idea. To take some of the baby Metroid's DNA and like create a vaccine out of it and give it to Samus. I'm like, how do you think of that? That's actually brilliant. Yeah, so as for me, one life ended. Yeah, I survived reborn as something different. Yeah, she's Samus was actually infused with Metroid DNA. So that means she's not 100% human anymore. In fact, she's actually part Metroid, question mark? I don't know, it's odd. This doesn't really have any bearing on her physical appearance, except for like the suit. But we'll get more into that as we go along. So I think what happened was the outbreak actually reached biological space labs. That was actually orbiting SR-388. So now Samus has a mission to go to the space labs and A, search for survivors, B, see what it can do about the X-Parasite menace. That's what they call it, the X-Parasites. So yeah, also the blue suit, I know there's text going on screen, but I'm like trying to narrate the actual timeline. So what happened was the X-Parasite, it's actually very interesting. If you guys have ever seen The Thing, it's very similar in concept to that, how it like invades living organisms, kills them, and then mimics their form. I don't know how it was able to infect the suit itself. It should have gone right after Samus, but alright, sure. So yeah. As a result, all the corrupted parts of Samus's old suit, which was like a lot of it, I think like 90% actually, a lot of it was gutted. So Samus is just down to this suit, which is actually a really cool combination of her power suit and the Zero suit. Zero suit, of course, the blue undersuit, jumpsuit thing that was, is what she wears by default when she's not in the regular suit. Well, sometimes she wears like a tank top and shorts, but we're getting to semantics at that point. So first deductive, there's an explosion report over at this place, and time to go see the quarantine bay. All right, so since I know there's a lot of Metroid veterans out there, but I can't assume they're all watching my channel. I know my demographic isn't specifically for this kind of stuff, so I'm going to quickly go down the basics of Metroid games. Shoot, jump, that's it. That's basically it. No, but Fusion is actually the first 2D Metroid game ever since Super Metroid on SNES, which was like close to 10 years prior to this. I think it was like 93 or 94. It was a long time. There was a whole console generation without a Metroid game. It's crazy. So, basically, Super Metroid really revolutionized how Metroid's played, and also arguably revolutionized how a lot of 2D games are played. So did Mega Man X, but this, I would argue, took it a lot further. So, you have your basic mechanics, and then you have a lot of other advanced shit, like wall jumping, and shooting in 8 directions, etc, etc. It's pretty cool stuff. It's actually really cool shit. I'll just go ahead and get the rundown. So, like, if you press the L button, nope, mine's a little bit high up. Let me just adjust that really fast. To, like, sorry, me in post, I gotta re-scrub the audio. Fuck. Okay, so, Super Metroid was the first game to introduce 8-way aiming, so that's pretty cool. You can aim straight up, up left, down left, etc, etc. Original Metroid and Metroid 2, you can only shoot left and right. I think, oh, you can shoot upwards also, but you know, you can like, now you can shoot downwards, you can shoot diagonally downwards, you can do a lot of crazy shit actually. I know by today's standard, this is pretty rudimentary, but think of the perspective going from a completely 8-bit game, like in a very similar style to like Mega Man, and incorporate all this fucking fluidity, and it's just nuts. So we got some explaining to do as we go along. But yeah, no. Actually, I should explain something really fast. So you guys have seen already that, of course, there's no secret I'm playing this through an emulator. I don't openly advocate emulating, or I try not to openly advocate piracy, but there's a few good reasons why I'm playing this on emulator today. So I do own this game physically, I really do. And I actually wanted to play on that, but there's a couple problems. One, my save battery in that game is dying. Like, hard. And unfortunately, I will not be able to the game crashes a lot, and trying to play this game with a control stick is just fucking impossible. It's just not happening. It's amazing I managed to beat Super Metroid with the fucking GameCube controller. It's amazing. So yeah, basic stuff was going on right now about the Metroid vaccine, destroying the X parasite that was inside of her. So it's an interesting thing that comes up. I don't know if this openly states it, but I know it's implied somewhere. So basically the Metroids were actually created by the Jojo. This is all part of lore, by the way. To actually eradicate the X parasite that was on XR3D88. That's why they existed. It's so they can eat this shit. I don't know why the Jojo came up with that, but sure, why not? Anyway, yeah. Oh, yeah, I got it right. 10%. Cool. So, yeah. This is actually a really cool game because this is the game where you start off and you're just like buck-ass naked. You have no power-ups whatsoever. You can't... I mean, you can clean the walls. That's something you don't start with in Zero Mission, I guess. There's a lot of like intricate shit going into this actually. Like, you can jump. You start with the long beam, but besides that, it's interesting because there's no way traditionally to like pick up power-ups on the fly, because this is the first Metroid game to not take place on a planet where the Jojo were originally populated. This is a space station where there is no pre-existing Jojo technology whatsoever. Pretty much the Galactic Federation is directly feeding you all your shit. So yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, as you can see, I didn't know it's still alive. Huh. I'm certain there are X parasites. I can get into that. So yeah, the X parasites themselves. I'll get into their mechanics later on. As you can see, they can imitate people, and it's not always perfect, but it's interesting how it goes. Yeah, again, if you want reference, watch The Thing. It's a very interesting movie, actually, but you should... It's a really good reference, I feel. I received news from HQ. Yep, this is very important. It can support you with downloadable weapons data. Very cool. You'll be able to use missiles. This will help you against enemies. Missiles, I feel like, are the most powerful in this game that they've ever been in Metroid, period. Besides, maybe super missiles from Super Metroid and... Oh, yeah, the hyper missiles from fucking Prime 3. That shit's crazy. God. Oh, wait. I think there's something down here. So, I do have a long history of this game. I got... This game came out in 2002, but I didn't get my hands on this until I was like... Until, like, 2008, 2009. I mentioned the story a couple times before with how after I moved to Arizona, I was pretty much free from my dad to, like, explore whatever games I wanted to look at. Like, I pretty much no longer had, like, a handicap on me to, like, railroad me to whatever games that was going on. Or, like, whatever I had. I couldn't... With my dad, I couldn't really explore anything. It was a very bad time in my life, but... Yeah, because of Smash Brothers, Metroid, because of also my sci-fi, like, background, Metroid, or Samus and Melee seemed very cool to me. So, as a result, like, I just kind of gravitated towards it, and I was like, I want to get into the Metroid series. I want to see what's got. So, I started with Prime, I started with Fusion. Very fun games all around. Prime was what really got me into it, though, but Fusion, I've done a lot more playthroughs of. Funny enough, Metroid Fusion is actually one of the best games to speedrun besides Super Metroid, because it's very action-oriented. You can literally... I've gotten into a habit of being able to beat this game under 2 hours, like an hour and a half, I think is my record so far. Maybe an hour 40. It's a very short game, but it's very great for speedrunning. So, yeah, especially with X parasites. Cool stuff. Again, I'll give the full lore breakdown as I go through. Otherwise, it's just a lot of text reading, and I can just fill in the blanks as you guys need. Also, gonna go down here. I don't intend to speedrun this game necessarily, but I will be showing how to get from point A to point B very quickly. I guess in the general sense. Can I take my game? Does the save feature work in this? Oh, I guess it does. Cool. I'm still used to emulating Pokemon Fire Red, where you can't really save during your emulation. But I think that more has to do with the internal clock being fucked up on Visual Boy Advance, so I don't know. Oh, I got Metroid. Or, I got Metroids, yeah. Well, I got Metroid inside of me, so why not? I got missiles. Yeah, missiles are heavily powerful in this game. Like, even just their trajectory and their size is already really fucking good. Like, look at this. Come on, spawn. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, your charge beam is also really good, but it just doesn't hold a candle to missiles, you know? I just want to point out, by the way, that I know where a lot of shit in this game is, but I've never gotten 100% in this game. I just don't find it really worthwhile, honestly. That said, though, I will be showing a lot of stuff you can get in your immediate path on the way to the goals. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I've been kind of dodging this question for a while. Why the fuck am I playing this game right now? Yeah, so, first of all, if you're new going to this... Oh, fuck, I forgot to mention. This is all to go on my buddy Thunder's channel. HG Central. So, shout out to those guys who do primarily racing games, and I have to inundate them with, some real games. No, I like actual action adventure games every once in a while. I posted Prime to his channel as like a sort of cross promotion. I'm probably gonna post this as well. So, hey guys, how you doing? So yeah, let's see. Oh, if you played Super Metroid, these guys should seem familiar. Again, it's really cool because the X parasites imitate life forms, and I shouldn't get into too much of a tangent. Fuck. All right, boom. Nope. Come on. There we go. Oh, I thought that was 3. These things take 3 missiles to kill, or 1 super missile later on. Come on. There we go. Red X parasites heal. I don't think they heal you 100%, but they heal a lot of shit on you. Yeah, this introduces the concept of wall clinging, which is going to be very important later on. For his boss fight, especially. I think there's something over on this corner. No? Fuck, I thought there was. Oh, yeah, it might be a later thing. Oh yeah, don't I have the fucking morph ball yet? What am I talking about? Wee. So yeah, these are boss X parasites basically. They imitate some life forms from like other places. So it's kind of cool. This boss fight's a real joke. So you know how you're using the wall things or wall ledges in order to get over here? It's basically like reinforcing that fact. This guy's really easy actually. I think oh yeah, I think AM2 actually did a version of this guy because, you know, lore, and it has to come from somewhere, right? Okay. Despite the game being really shit, Other M did a similar thing too. Let's see. Oh, okay. Come on. There we go. And then once you reduce the HP to 0, this thing appears. The only way to hurt it is by hitting with missiles. I'm still dodging the question from earlier. Fuck. All right. And bada bing, bada boom, warp all abilities recovered. So, yeah, words, fuck. Alright. The reason I'm playing this game right now is because, I need something to post on my channel. I've been getting a lot of requests, actually, to play more Metroid shit, like, from a lot of my personal friends. They find Metroid playthroughs for me to be really fascinating, apparently. So, because between that, I'm currently going to college at... Not community college this time, but like an actual university, ASU, Arizona State University. They've been kind of cramming homework down my throat, so I haven't had time to record like other shit with Brandon recently. And I don't like to oversaturate you guys with fucking Naruto stuff, so I'm like, I need something to put up between other weeks, so I might as well go ahead and post Metroid. Why the hell not? So let's see. Alright, with all that taken care of, we're just gonna go head back to navigation room. Navigation rooms are like your hubs of sort. They basically like whenever you accomplish an objective, you go report back to Adam, or just like a regular CO. That little plot twist comes in later, but anyway. Yep, moving environments have been invaded by X parasites. Really? I hadn't noticed. The big thing, the X parasite actually doesn't go through the ventilation shafts or anything. You think they would? I don't know. Alright, so gonna be heading to my throat. Head over to Sector 1. So that's where the major meat and potatoes of the game comes in. But yeah, also, like I said, yeah. Oh, this isn't what... Well, actually, I can show us off. Recognize this guy? Well, if you're new here, you probably don't, but... Yeah, that may or may not be the actual remnants of Ridley's corpse. So yeah, that's a thing that might be happening later. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Wait, is there anything else I can explore on here? I can go get that. Hang on a second. Yeah, normally I'm making such a habit of speedrunning this game on a regular basis. It's so weird to not go a million miles per hour when just trailblazing through the shit. I had to be methodical about this. Actually take in the cutscenes for the first time in a good while. Alright, jump up here, here, here. Okay. By the way, Metroid Fusion has a reputation of being one of the creepiest Metroid games out there. You probably already inferred this from the atmosphere it goes for with like being a pseudo horror movie, but also because of this. Fuck you, I just painted that wall. Yeah, so hi me. Those sex eyes. So, remember when I said that your armor was kind of infected and sheared off of you? And how I said the X-Parasites can mimic things? Yeah, so there may or may not be a X-Parasite filled suit of armor that was Samus's, and now they're going around impersonating Samus. Real story. Yeah, it's the actual thing.